Hello students, in the last video we have studied about sowing seeds and adding manures and fertilizers. During sowing seeds it is taken care that seeds should be at proper distance and at proper depth so that seeds can get sufficient space and sufficient nutrients, and it should be at proper depth so that it can germinate properly. It should not be very deep inside the soil, it should not be at the surface of the soil. If it will be at the surface of the soil, then the seeds will be eaten by the birds, and if it will be very deep into the soil, then that may not grow, that may not come out of the soil. So it was about sowing seeds and adding manure we have discussed already. Today we will discuss about irrigation. Irrigation is a process of supplying water to the crop plants time to time according to the need of the crop plant. The irrigation varies from crop to crop, soil to soil, and season to season. Some of the crops need more water, some of the crops like paddy need standing water in the crop field. Whatever transplantation is done at that time, standing water should be there in the crop field. But some of the crops need less water like wheat, gram, mainly rabi crops need less water. So these crops require irrigation at a regular time interval, but there should not be standing water in the crop field. It can vary soil to soil, like sandy soil need frequent irrigation because of percolation rate is high. Clay soil absorb more water, that hold water, so in the clay soil less irrigation is required in comparison to the sandy soil. And season to season, in rainy season already rain occurs, so there is no much need of irrigation, but in dry season there is need of irrigation. So irrigation vary season to season, soil to soil, and crop to crop. Irrigation is done by some, earlier it was done, nowadays that methods are generally not applied by the farmers. Earlier, nowadays also at some places you can see that is traditional method of irrigation. So traditional method of irrigation. Such as moat, chain pump, rahat, dhekli. These are the traditional method of irrigation. In these methods, a lot of effort of the farmer is required. These are the slow processes. In moat, farmer has to take out water from the well container, one container, and that has to pour it into the channel. In chain pump, in a wheel, containers are attached. In your NCERT book, diagrams are given of every type of irrigation. So in chain pump, in a wheel, buckets are attached like this, and this wheel is attached to the chain inside the well. So whatever these containers are there, when they come at the surface, and it is attached to this chain also. So these containers go inside into the well and that fill water, and when it come upward, that pour water at the ground surface, and that water go into the crop field. So in the chain pump, in the rahat, a bullock is used to operate it. The bullock has to walk on a circular path, and by walking that, like as in chain pump, there was containers attached to the wheel. Like that, in a big wheel, containers are attached, and in that process also, by moving the bullock, that wheel moves, that is attached with the whatever the bullock moves, that is attached with that, and that wheel moves, and by that water is taken out from the whatever water body is there, and irrigation is done. Technically, farmers have to stand. Suppose this is the well, so farmer have to stand keeping a plank over the well. So this is the well, and technically a big stick is there. Here load is there, and with that, with a rope, a container is attached. This container, farmer stand here, and that hold it, and it dip this container into the water, whatever water is there into the well, it dip it, and then it pour outward, and then irrigation is done. So this is also a very slow process, and a lot of effort is required. And in these traditional method of irrigations, wastage of water is also there, because in the crop field, this water is sent into the crop field, and it fills into the crop field. So at some places water do not reach, at some places it will start to fill. So there is wastage of water, and it needs a lot of effort also. Other method, modern methods, or some modern method of irrigations are there. This is traditional methods. Second is modern method of irrigation. Modern methods of irrigation. In modern method of irrigation, there are mainly two types of irrigation. That is sprinkler system and drip irrigation. Drip irrigation. In the sprinkler system of irrigation, pipelines are already spread into the crop field, and with that, like this, rotating nozzles are fitted here. Rotating nozzles are fitted here, and these all pipelines are attached to a main pipeline, and when with the help of pump or whatever electric motor, when water is sent through this main pipe, it goes in all the pipes, and that water comes out by these rotating nozzles whatever are fitted here, and water is sprinkled into the crop field as a rain. It seems as it is raining. So in this method, water reaches everywhere evenly. Every plant, either the crop field is even or uneven, every plant get sufficient water by this method. And in this method, less water is required because there is no wastage of water. So it is water economical also. The second method is drip irrigation. It is also water economical method. In this method, pipelines are passed. Suppose plants are here and here, very long distances. So pipelines are sent with that, and in these pipelines, at the base of the plant, holes are there, and by these holes water comes drop by drop to the root of the plant. So this is a method of irrigation in which water is supplied to the crop plant drop by drop at the root base of the plant. This method is useful in those areas, in those type of crops where plants are far away from each other, because whatever gapping is there in between, so in these areas water will not fill, so there will be not wastage of water, and every plant will get sufficient water. Slowly water drop by drop comes out from the pipes. So this method is also water economical method. One term comes in this, water logging. Water logging is the condition when water start to stand at the crop surface of the crop field due to excess irrigation. That may be mostly in rainy season it occurs. In rainy season, since whatever soil is there, that becomes saturated, that absorb as much water it can absorb, and water level also rise up in the rainy season. So further percolation of water becomes very slow, or it becomes nearly stopped. So water start to stagnate, water start to stand at the surface of the crop field. This condition, when the water start to stand at the surface of crop field, this condition is called water logging. That is called water logging. So water logging is a condition when the soil get wet due to excess irrigation or due to rain, and because of rising groundwater level also, the water start to stand at the surface of the crop field. This condition is called water logging. Next topic is protection from weeds. Protection from weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plants that grow with the crop plants. Naturally, they are not sown by the farmer, but whatever seeds are already present in the soil, when they get favorable condition, they germinate into the crop field, and they affect the yield of the crop because they harm to the crop plants. They compete with the crop plants for the nutrition, for the space, for the sunlight. So they affect the crop plants. So these weeds need to be eliminated. They need to be removed from the crop field. Some of the example of weeds are Chenopodium, that is also called Bathua. It is also called Bathua. Chenopodium, Amaranthus, that is also called Cholai or wild oat. That is Javi. So these are some of the common weeds which grow into the wheat and rice crops. They compete with the crop plants and they harm to the crop plants, means because of competition, and that affect the yield of the crop. So these weeds need to be eradicated, need to be removed from the crop field. The process of removing weeds from the crop field is called weeding. That process is called weeding. This weeding may be done manually by uprooting by hand. If it is the number of weeds are less in the crop field, so they may be uprooted by the hand. Manually by the hand it can be uprooted, or by using some agricultural implement, such as by using trowel. Trowel, you may know, this is something like this. Something like this. So trowel, this is used for removing weeds from the crop field. Harrow is also a type of agricultural implement that can be used for removing weeds that have something like this structure. So by using this harrow, also this is trowel, by using these agricultural implements also weeds are removed from the crop field. And the third method is by using weedicides. By using weedicides. Weedicides are the chemicals, they are the poisonous chemicals. They are used to kill the weeds whatever grow into the crop field. For example, 2,4-D, that is 2,4-dichlorophenolic. Dichlorophenolic acetic acid. The other example is MCPA. MCPA is 2-methyl chloro 1-phenoxyacetic acid. Acetic acid. The third one is butachlor, metachlor. Many more chemicals are there. They can be used for removing weeds. The other is butachlor, metachlor is also there. So these are the chemicals which are used for removing weeds, and these chemicals do not harm to the crop plants. They only kill to the weeds. They are made so specially so that they cannot harm to the crop plants. They harm to they kill to the only weeds, whatever weeds grow into the crop field. So by using these chemicals, weeds can be removed from the crop field. Since these are the poisonous substances, so during the use of these poisonous substances, the farmer must be careful. During spraying it, the farmer must cover their face with some cloths, and whenever they are using, at that time they should take care. Suppose this is a crop field and wind is blowing in this side, so farmer should not stand in this side. Farmer should stand in this side, so that whatever spray there, that may not come at the face of the farmer. So it should be taken care, and after spraying it into the crop field, the farmer should wash properly their hands. It's better they should take bath with using soap. They should properly wash their body so that there may not be any harmful effect on the body of farmer. So this was about irrigation. Sorry, this was about weeding or removing weeds. For the crop, only weeds are not the enemy of the crop of the farmer. Some more enemies are there. They are called pests. Pests like insects, rodents, birds. So some animals also. So they have to remove them also. Mainly for the insects and rodents, pest word is used. Bird also is harmful for the crop, for the ripe crop. So insects and rodents harm to the crop. Insects eat the leaf of the crop plants. They suck the in the rice. Suppose in rice crop, when the rice start to form, inside that fluid is filled first. Whatever rice we eat, that is formed into the seed, first into the liquid form. Then it gets solidify inside the seed. So at liquid form only they suck from the seed. They suck it out. So they harm to the crop. Rodents in the ripe crop, they harm to the crop. They cut the spikes of the crop plants. Spike means whatever this structure is there in the wheat crop. This is spike. Then they cut the spike and they carry it into their holes. So they also harm to the crop. Birds also, when the crop is ripe, then they carry these spikes and they eat up the seeds. So they also reduce the yield of the crop. Some animals also, wild animals or some pet animals may also be sometimes go into the crop field. They may roam into the crop field and they may eat or they may destroy the crop. So these are also the enemy of the crop plants. For killing insects, rodents and insects especially, pesticides are used. Whatever chemicals are used, they are called pesticides. A pesticide may be insecticide, that may be rodenticide, some of the pests make hole into the stem of the crop plants. Sometimes you may have seen the red color into the stem of the sugarcane. So that is also made by the pesticides. They are the stem borer, some of the pod borer in the pod of the plants. They enter, make hole and they enter into the pod and they eat the seeds. So insecticides are used to kill the insects. Rodenticides are used to kill the rodents. In insecticides, BHC is the example, that is in common name is Gamaxine. So this is used for killing the insects, whatever harms to the crop plant. Rodenticide, rat kill, etc. you get from the market and they are used to kill the rodents, whatever they harm to the crop plants. So this is how these much enemies of the crop plants are there. If the crop is protected from these much enemies, then the farmer and not only from these weeds, pests, rodents, animals, birds, from the weather condition also. Sometimes when the crop is ready to harvest, before that some weather condition is not favorable. Sometimes it rain heavily, hailstorm also occurs. So if the crop is protected from that, then then the next step farmers apply, that is harvesting. Harvesting